It's precisely what's going on. They're trying to manufacture consent. And I don't think it's working. I don't think it's going to work because too many people have seen the original video at this point. That's where we're at, dude. Like, that is where we're at now.
Fine. U.S. citizen.
And there are still people that are defending this shit. It's crazy. Another filter moment, guys. But just like I said, with the Nick Shirley video, when I first reacted to the Nick Shirley video, and I could not believe that so many people were getting duped by that, and then slowly but surely, other adults also looked at it and were like, this is so ridiculous that there's no new evidence here. This is completely unacceptable. And people slowly but surely also came to that conclusion and maybe quietly changed their position, even if they like fired off the gates, swinging in the direction of like mass Somali style fraud taking place, all this stuff. I think that this will, have a similar impact as well, because the way that the administration is defending this stuff is so unacceptable. It's not bots defending it. I'm sure there's plenty of botting going on even on this platform. Let's be real. I think we all know that. But it's people who are behaving like bots. It's people who are behaving like NPCs. Like, this person is not an NPC, right? Like when he says, how's the dog though? Like, that person's not an NPC. That person just has an NPC brain,
I say go get yourself some lunch.
Get out of the car.
This person took the audio from the phone camera footage.
That's fine. U.S. citizen.
That's the partner. That's partner Renee Good saying, that's right. Yeah, there was a dog in the car, by the way. Her dog was in the car in the back seat, by the way. And her partner is behind the ICE agent that ends up shooting and killing her.
I say go get yourself some lunch.
Get out of the car.
Like, there's a dog in the back seat of this car when he's like shooting into it, and these dumb still come in here to talk about like how my dog is doing or whatever. You know what I mean? Unless the chatter was asking about that dog in the back seat, maybe. If you don't care about human life and you only care about if you don't care about human life and you only care about the life of like innocent animals, I think this is a moment where the ICE agent was also compromising the life of an innocent dog. Okay, shooting into a car with a dog in the back seat, and then calling her a after too. No, it was about Kai. They don't care. Oh, he was not Lamau. Oh, yeah. Well, classic. You got to ask yourself, if someone is trying to hit a person in front of them, why reverse back and turn to the right rather than just ramming forward? Because she wanted to escape too, so you wouldn't drive forward first to make sure you hit the officer and then turn to escape? It makes no sense. They have no answer for this. Why is the car wheels turning to the right? Why are the car wheels turning to the right instead of the left? Even I have bot accounts bait you. Okay, thanks. About the POV of the murderer, the video was clearly edited before he shoots her. It starts zooming in on the car so that it seems like the car is about to hit him. This also appears to be the case, and the resolution of the video clearly decreases right at the same moment. I don't know. I haven't. I'm sure that. Look, I'm not very tech savvy to see whether or not there was any editing whatsoever on this, but we will find out soon enough, because this kind of stuff, like, they'll look through the metadata and figure out whether or not that is what's happening. I have a couple points on the video I haven't seen anyone bring up. Fossa, time me out. Wait, brother, pull me up. I have points on the video. After she turns her wheels to the go right, there's a slight brake that she does to allow him to get fully out of the way of her car so she can drive away. Then the sound of the first shot is slightly masked by the commotion of him moving his phone. They are using that muffled sound of the first shot to say that the sound was of the car making impact with the devil. Oh yeah, no, I mentioned that. I brought that up. They are saying that, like, when you film something, if you've ever filmed anything, if you're in bed or whatever, right? If you've ever filmed anything and you like put your phone down, or you like if you take your phone and you film something, you can do this right now, and you put it on the desk, the sounds that the sounds that come in the video footage will be a lot louder because your microphone is touching it. It's the difference between me speaking into the microphone and slamming the microphone, right? Obviously, me hitting the microphone like this is actually not a serious point of impact at all, but you hear it as though it's like a serious point of impact. So they're basically using that they're using that moment and the sounds as a way to justify, like, as a way to claim that this like person was actually ramming into this person like super seriously. When in fact, the actual video footage that we can see shows that that wasn't happening. And both of his feet were completely away, were completely free from the direction of the car where the car was going when he actually shot her.
I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Whoa!
Yeah, this is like the sound of the microphone. The sound of the microphone in the phone camera that is like touching his body as he's like pulling out his gun with his other hand is what they're saying is like the point of impact. Yes, I already played the video overlaid with the sound. You should never protest in a car. You should never protest with a machete or a gun or a Molotov cocktail in your hand. Misuse of a car is potentially deadly. The ICE agents are obviously in the wrong. Obviously excessive force, but it's hella stupid to protest while you're in a car. A vehicle is not a Molotov cocktail. There's only one use for a machete or a Molotov cocktail or a gun, okay? What the fuck are you talking about? How do you not understand? How do you not understand that your justification in this moment means that any cop around any car can just kill the person in the car? And it's also wrong. There is literally rules how to deal with a person that is in a vehicle in the law enforcement officer manuals for both ICE agents and cops in general. Every part, every Leo code of conduct and like operational procedures says not to do this. You're stupid. Because this would mean that you could just kill anyone in a car at any given point. You understand that, right? And then justify it by saying, sorry, I'm scared. It was a car. A car can turn into a deadly weapon. Yeah, exactly. It can, which is why you're not supposed to shoot into a car. And it wasn't even a point of protest. She was filming ICE agents, which she has every legal right to do so. Interesting how the Trump admin blocks local officials from investigating, and then the clip from the shooter's phone somehow gets to a right-wing outlet, and then a bunch of right-wing politicians immediately boosted to try shaping the narrative of what it shows. Just interesting. Yeah, no, it's precisely what's going on. They're trying to manufacture consent. And I don't think it's working. I don't think it's going to work because too many people have seen the original video at this point. That like even this video doesn't actually change that narrative at all. And the people that were desperate, like really, really, really desperate to cling on to anything, to claim that this was a totally legally justifiable kill, are going to continue running along with that narrative when it's very clear that it doesn't work. Yeah. It's very clear that people are not, enough people have seen the footage and were horrified by it, okay? I'm going to unban this dumb hog. Can we agree that this is one of those moments that if some don't get it by now, they are safe to write off completely? It's not a situation where you can simply get it wrong by accident? Yes, I think so too. While I do have a firm commitment to the notion that anyone can have their minds changed at any given moment, as long as you continue pushing, as long as you try to speak some sense, as long as you try to lean into the shared common humanity that we have, I do think that just like with the Nick Shirley video, it's going to take some time for those people to maybe quietly change their perspective. If they're not doing it now, if they're not doing it, you were wrong, little guppy. Admit it, little guppy. I'm a 34-year-old man. Are you ready to admit you were wrong about the Minneapolis shooting after the new camera footage? No, I'm not ready to admit that I'm wrong because it doesn't show anything new or different. You just desperately want to, one, derail the conversation and try to piss me off, which is not going to happen in this situation, not realizing that, once again, what you are justifying makes you look like a psychopathic loser to most normal people. I think this is a filter moment for a lot of people who are just like brain broken by either being a part of the MAGA cult and will always justify whatever the Trump administration is saying is justifiable. The new angle makes a car bump look a lot more serious. Yeah, but it's not, because we already know what the car bump looks like. Like this. Do you see that? Do you hear that? I'm just tapping my microphone. Why does it come across like a much more significant assault? You've already seen it. You've already seen what the quote unquote car bump looks like. It's not a real bump at all. Am I getting beaten mercilessly when I tap into the microphone like that? Or am I just like lightly tapping the microphone and it's making a lot of noise? Not arguing, just saying the new angle is higher resolution than the grainy footage they released initially. No, the initial footage wasn't grainy at all. What you're talking about is the other footage that they leaned into to try and justify what took place. The full 4-minute footage, was never grainy. What you're talking about is the grainy footage from afar that was the one that the right-wingers were going with to try and justify this very obvious, clear-cut instance of murder was not enough to convince people. So they're trying to, once again, convince people with the POV footage. And they're heavily leaning into the sounds that come from a microphone, from a phone camera, right? The sounds that come from the microphone of a phone to make it seem like it was a massive crash that took place, when you can see with your own two eyes that it wasn't a fucking massive crash that took place. It's ridiculous.